caught up with Amber Brown at Fit NHB. Invicta FC 33 coming up. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Last one was a win. What, 50 seconds of work in an arm bar. So how you feeling momentum-wise?
I feel like I wish I could have stayed a little bit busier this year. It was kind of rough for me, but from that fight, I feel good. I'm ready to get back in there and just get the grind going, the ball rolling, and consistent fighting.
And I think this is the first time we're going to talk about this. You have an experience edge going into this fight.
I know, I'm usually like lower level experience, but yeah. So she's like 5-0, 5 or 6 fights.
4-0, something,
yeah.
5-6 fights, something like that. Young, undefeated fighter. So what do you think about actually having an experience edge here?
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm not underestimating her in any way whatsoever because I don't ever do that. But I know it's going to be a hard fight, but I feel like I am more experienced. I've been in that cage. It's like home now, so I feel good.
So what other factors do you think that experience, how it'll benefit you?
Just making those adjustments on the fly. Like before, I was kind of like a fish out of water, not really knowing how to make those adjustments on the fly, like what I need to do when I do get in there. So I feel like I'm in a good place right now, and I feel very good.
Now you haven't been as active as you'd like, but that's given you a lot of healthy time here in the gym to improve. So what have you been working on?
Everything. I've just been working on everything. And the reason why I haven't fought is because I have had a couple injuries that have put me back. But that doesn't keep me out of the gym, so I'm always in the gym regardless. So I worked around those injuries when I did have them, and then once I felt ready to go, that's when I let Invicta know, and then here we are.
Well, you said everywhere, but what's been some of the biggest priorities for Amber Brown?
Wrestling, everything. Like, I just want to be a well-rounded fighter. I don't want to like take to one thing. So I've been working wrestling, jits, striking. I want to get comfortable on my feet because I do feel really comfortable on the ground. But so I've just been working everything, all aspects, just trying to get better everywhere.
Real quick off topic, we saw your brother capture a title, the first title for your guys' gym this past weekend at King of the Cage Starbound 2. What does that mean to you?
I was very proud of him. I was happy to see him go out there and do that. He really trained very hard for that fight. So I was proud. I was very happy. It was a happy moment for all of us.
What were you thinking when he got dropped in the second round?
I honestly got scared. I thought it was going to get stopped. So I'm very glad that he overcame that and pushed through the next 3 rounds and came home with the win.
Yeah, what did that tell you about him that you didn't know as a fighter, the way he was able to recover and win the next 3 rounds after a hard first 2 rounds?
He does have heart, that's for sure. I really thought that he probably would have given up mentally at that point, and they were going to stop it if he didn't do what he needed to do to stay in the fight. So I was very happy that he did that.
You two, the siblings there, do you feel that you two share some similarities in your fight mentality or anything about your fight games?
Yeah, we help each other out. Like, I feel like he's a good striker and he gives me a really good look. I can give him a good look for certain things. So, and we're kind of like the same size too, so we're good training partners for each other.
And as a sister, what did that mean, seeing him get that belt around his waist?
I was happy. It was an emotional moment for me and probably everyone else, but I was very happy to see my brother come home with that because he's been working hard in the gym every day, just grinding, and it was cool to see the hard work pay off.
A full night of fights there, a lot of teammates, your brother, a lot of people in action. What does that do getting you going here, 2 weeks away from your fight?
It got me all pumped up. I was like wanting to fight that night too, or this weekend. I'm like, dang, it sucks that I still have to wait 2 weeks, but it was a good way to, Timmy fought Friday and then everybody else fought Sunday or Saturday. Then everybody else fought Sunday, and so it was a good way to set the pace for everyone, and now I'm ready to go finish it off.
Get stuck in a weird point of, I hope they don't get injured, I hope they don't get injured so they can come help me.
Yeah, it's okay though. Like, my camp's pretty much done. This is like the last crucial week of training, but even if everybody stays out of fit, because they did just have fights, I still have my brother who's kind of a little banged up from his fight, but he's still willing to help me, and then I have Joe who helps me too, so, and then Tom's here, so, and then Megan Penning is going to help me finish out my camp, so it's cool.
Stepping in the cage against Alesha, what do you think is going to be your biggest advantage?
Just being the taller, stronger fighter. She's going to be a solid wrestler, I know that, so but it's not wrestling, so it's going to change a lot when there's strikes involved. So I just feel like I'm not, and I've said this before about other opponents too, they've never fought anyone like me, and I really feel like she has never fought anyone like me, so she's in for a rude awakening.
What kind of fight are you expecting this to be?
A grinding, hard-ass decision 15-minute fight. That's what I expect all my fights. Of course, I'm going to go in there and work for the finish the entire time, but I'm ready for 15 minutes of hard, fast-paced action fight.